Hello everyone, welcome back to ACC on the LFM servers once again. It's Season 8, Week 2 at Suzuka for this week. I've got 3 races coming up for you now, all very varied. Now the third race is the main event, but the first 2 definitely worth showing in the highlights, so we're going to fly through a quick snippet of what happened, and I hope you enjoy the carnage.
Go, 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 car right.
We're wide into the first corner, nearly get taken out. Realise I've not put race fuel on. Go for the overtake around the 130R. Back out of the overtake into 130R. Carnage through the chicane.
Yellow flag, car right, clear right.
Go for the move into the first corner. End up wide and...
Car clear right, alright.
Well, not to worry, we've got race 2. See if we can do any better.
Green, green, green.
We hang it round the outside in the first few corners. Don't go wide this time. We then become a lawnmower. That is not the line. Side by side with the beamer down the back straight. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to hold 6th. What a shame. And that's all that happened, and we came 7th. Much better than 17th, but now it's time for the main event. Race number 3. We've qualified 5th. We're expected to qualify 4th, so you know we're in the ballpark of where we're supposed to be. Well, now let's see what we can do on this race this time. We've had a bit of practice, albeit maybe a bit counterproductive with some of the stuff you've witnessed in the first 2 races. But here we go.
Let's go.
And we're racing at Suzuka, so we're going to just try our best not to get involved in any turn 1 incidents. That's the number 1 thing on lap 1. Do not crash. We're going to stick to the inside. The McLaren has a lot more space on the outside, so we do lose out of position. We're now down to 6th place. We're going to follow the McLaren through these S's, just trying to keep it clean. But there's carnage ahead. They've not kept it clean there. The Honda off, the BMW in front spinning into the wall. The McLaren has to go really slow to take avoiding action. Just like that, we're up to 3rd place. This is the highest I've ever been in the split 1 lobbies so far. So I'm going to do my damnedest to hold on to this position. Now we're coming here to end racing lap number 1. We are sticking just about with the leaders. You see they're doing 2-minute 6s, 2-minute 1.2s. I'm slightly faster than the McLaren in front on this lap, and we're gaining a gap behind. So we're just going to try and stick this out now and stay with him. Now coming to the end of this lap, unfortunately the leaders are now starting to show the pace. They've dropped the times to mid 2 minutes. I can't quite keep up with that. But you'll notice there's now a BMW behind us and not a McLaren, which is a problem. So we're coming through now on lap 3 into the 130R. We're dropping back from the leaders, but what's happened here to the Porsche? The Porsche's in the wall. He nearly takes out the 2nd place car, and we're through into 2nd. The Porsche's out the race. Now I do have a bit of footage here so we can see what exactly happened. Now he comes through 130R all over the curb, and that is a big crash into the wall. That's over 100 miles an hour. I dread to think what that would have looked like in real life, but we're going to capitalise on the mistake from the Porsche. And now we're in 2nd. So we've got 2 jobs now. The first job and the priority is to stay with the leader in case he makes a mistake. The second job is to keep the angry BMW behind us because he's coming. Now we're cutting on to lap 7 here, and you'll notice in the mirror at the top that BMW is getting quite big. He's catching. He's about half a second a lap faster. We're going to go nice and slow in and fast out of the first chicane to try and break the run to the first corner. We're going to swoop to the right to break the slipstream. We're going to swoop to the left. Can't move anymore. That's weaving down the straight. He's gaining, but not enough to make a dive into the first corner. So we're not going to bother going defensive. We're just going to hold our line. And then through the S's, it's really hard to follow cars even on this game through these corners, so we are going to make a breakaway now. Now we're cutting to lap 8, exactly the same part of the track. There's only one lap to go. One lap left. The BMW is still right behind us, less than half a second the gap. Once again, we're going to prioritise exit and floor it out of the last corner and just get the run down to the first turn. And once again, we've managed to break the gap nicely. We moved to the side to cut the slipstream, but he doesn't follow us for some reason. He mustn't have felt we were close enough, but I think he was. But he's too far back. We're not going to go defensive again. We're just going to hold our line now as we approach the S's at Suzuka. Very tricky corners. He's right there, but he's really going to struggle to keep pace. But this is the last lap. We're going to have to find something to stay ahead of him. And so far we're sticking with the Delta for our fastest times, but as we exit the S's, we're nearly a tenth up on our Delta, and we get a brilliant run out of this corner here, and we're now flying. We're pulling away from the BMW. We want this second place, and we absolutely hammer these corners. We're nearly 3/10 up on our fastest lap here. We are flying. We want this second place, and we're beginning to pull away. As we come back through the 130R, he's getting a little bit in the last sector. As we come into the final chicane, again, just slow in, fast out. There's nothing the BMW can do here to overtake us. It's going to be a second place. It's the best finish that we've had so far, racing in Split 1 Rookies. And I feel like it's been a long time coming. It was a very satisfying win, especially after the utter disaster of the first 2 races. But hey ho, you know, we need to learn from mistakes. That's exactly what I've done here. I've tidied up my racing and I get a P2 as a result.